Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. I want to share a few thoughts on Tucker Carlson's latest outrage that he's venting towards Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Now, I have a question. If he's outraged over Lori Lightfoot, why isn't he outraged over Donald Trump? Now, before we get into it, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. Now, if you don't know who Tucker is, he is Fox News' highest viewed show. He hosts his primetime show, succeeding Bill O'Reilly, who also held the #1 show for many years. But Tucker, of course, is not without his controversy, which we'll get to later. But in his latest outrage tirade against the mayor of Chicago, and this is why. Mayor Lightfoot is coming up on her 2-year midpoint in her term, and she issued a decree that she is only going to meet with reporters of color. And this, of course, is now outraging the press corps. Of course, Tucker is now taking aim. And basically what he's doing is he is saying this is racist. And on his show, he really went into defining racist. Well, not really, but his version of it, racism. Which is kind of funny to me because Tucker himself has a lot of racist ties. Just recently, his head writer on his show had to resign for his racist affiliations. Tucker himself has racial affiliations. Now, here's the interesting thing. Now, while I don't think that Lori Lightfoot, her decision was the best decision, but was it the worst? Because if you note, I never gave her reason. And one of the things when I see about people when they're outraged, I'm going to say it's fake outrage, and this is why. What we're experiencing now is this reverse racism, and this is what I mean. Take Tucker for a minute. He's talking about racism, and then he aims it at Lori Lightfoot and says because she only wants to conduct interviews with reporters of colors, he's calling that racism. But let's entertain that for a moment. If that's true, then why aren't you outraged with this man? Did this man discriminate against all other reporters? For example, he only or mainly talked to Fox News. Would you call that racist? Or would you call that bias? Why aren't you upset over that? Well, I know he was the beneficiary of that. Tucker has landed several interviews with the former president. Let's not forget the racist affiliations, tirades that Trump also lashed out with. Remember when he told the white supremacist group to stand back and stand by? When he wouldn't even denounce him? Why did Tucker upset over that? Of course, like I said, Tucker himself has a checkered racist past himself. So now, why is he so concerned about Lori Lightfoot and really defining racism? Because he really doesn't care about racism. There are a lot of white people who like this. This is why. You see, there is a backlash against the 1619 Project, critical race theory. Why is these things getting so much attention? As I listen to the pushback on them, you know one of the things I don't really kind of notice? I don't notice, are they wrong? And again, I'm not a fan of either one. The 1619 Project, for example, I thought they made some kind of unwise decisions that kind of gave way to the backlash, like saying that the 1776 revolution was the one reason fought for it was slavery. Bad move on that. Okay. But at the same time, what about the other claims? In other words, did you exploit the slaves coming in 1619? Same thing with critical race theory. You have people now really going in on the critical race theories, but not really talking about race or talking about some of the claims. In other words, other oppressed people or groups. I mean, it's silly, and I'm not here to kind of get off into those kind of subjects, because each one of those subjects in and of itself, it requires a lot more attention. The point is that the reason why these are gaining so much ground is because all of a sudden, when Black Lives Matter blew up in the world took notice of the phrase Black Lives Matter, people lost their minds. And yet at the same time, if you're going to criticize it without even discussing the merits, and that's what I find lacking. And so Tucker's fake outrage that Lori Lightfoot would dare only single out black reporters and Hispanic reporters is racist. Well, is it? Not at all. Because, again, apples and oranges. For example, did Mayor Lightfoot say that she didn't like white reporters? Did Mayor Lightfoot say that black supporters are more superior? Did Mayor Lightfoot say that black supporters have, since she has the power now, is she suppressing and stopping white supporters? Kind of answer that for a moment. Remember, we're in the 2-year mark. And this is what Mayor Lightfoot said. As I said, I don't think it was the wisest point. But here's what she said. At 2 years, she said, she was tired of seeing a predominantly white press corps. That was her point. And so she's giving opportunity to more reporters of color. So what's wrong with that? You see, what's the backlash for that? My point is, again, if you're going to say that she is racist, but yet you're not going to say Donald Trump is racist, Tucker, that makes you a hypocrite. We've already established that. He already established that. So the point is that, again, it's fake outrage when you vent to one, but then you don't vent the other. In other words, if you want to use your own standards, in other words, Tucker, does not your own standard itself becomes racist if you're going to point out that Lori Lightfoot is racist, but you certainly defend it and won't say anything about Trump's racism and his racist attacks, his support of white supremacy? Look, fake outrage, fake outrage. All right, look, that's my perspective. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought or comment, add it to the comments section below. All comments are welcome. Till next time, I'll see you then.